Hello and welcome to HiWayFX market news for January 19, 2016. This morning, the EURUSD pair slides to lows near the level of 1.0870 ahead of releasing German ZEW Economic Sentiment Index at 10 GMT. Analysts expect a significant decrease from 16.1 to 8.2. A fresh wave of risk appetite is hurting the euro, prompting spot to abandon the area above the mark of 1.0900 and initiate a correction lower than the current 1.0880/70 band. The resistant levels for the euro are 1.0919 and 1.0946. The support levels for the euro are following 1.0822 and 1.0795. On Tuesday, during the Asian trading session, the Australian dollar-US dollar pair fell below the level of 0.684 by losing 1%. The Australian dollar was under pressure due to weak economic data released in China this morning. As Reuters writes, growth of 6.9% for 2015 as a whole was the slowest in a quarter of a century, while monthly readings on industrial output and retail sales were weaker than expectations. Output rose 5.9% compared with December 2013, while sales growth confounded analysts by pulling back to 11.1%. The latter disappointed those counting on the consumer to be the engine of growth while world trade remains beclouded. China's economy grew in the fourth quarter of 2015 at its weakest pace in nearly 7 years, raising the chance of more stimulus policies as Beijing tries to cushion the slowdown, which in turn prompts shares to the rally. The commodity currencies, as the Australian dollar, also reacted by growth. During the European trading session, the Australian dollar-US dollar pair reached the mark of 0.692 by adding over 0.7%. The resistant levels for the bulls are 0.6930 and 0.6960. The support levels for the Australian dollar are 0.6872 and 0.6835. On Tuesday, US crude oil tried to manage its losses. The oil trades a little below the key level of $30 per barrel. However, the market participants are still worrying about a jump in Iranian exports after the lifting of sanctions against the country over the weekend. As a reminder, the US on Saturday revoked sanctions that has slashed Iran's oil exports by around 2 million barrels per day since its pre-sanctions 2011 peaked to little more than 1 million barrels per day. The resistant levels for oil are $30 and $31.50. The support levels are $29.10 and $28.50. On Tuesday, the future of the American index S&P 500 traded on a positive area by adding over 1%. The index started its growth after releasing the weak data about Chinese economy and expectations that the Central Bank of China will increase stimulus policies. The resistant levels for the S&P 500 index are 1910 and 1936. The support levels are 1888 and 1874. Stay up to date with all the key financial news around the world by liking us on Facebook, following us on Twitter and Instagram, and subscribing to our YouTube channel. For more information, please visit our website www.hiwayfx.com. Thank you and have a good trading day.